Hi everyone, hope everyone's doing well. I haven't seen you for a while. Merry Christmas. Hope you had a very lovely Christmas, although it's been a bit strange, but as long as you were with your family. And this year I found that I have appreciated Christmas for what it really should be like. So yes, the presents are great. Yes, the lunch is great. Yes, all those things are great. But the reason why we have Christmas is because of Jesus's birth, and it's his birthday, and we need to always remember that. And I think this year it made me stop and think about why we celebrate Christmas. And I feel that I've got a little bit closer to God during this time because I've had the time. Normally during Christmas, we're so busy doing things for family, getting friends over, doing presents, all those things, and it takes our time off from actually what we need to celebrate for. It's Jesus's birthday. But I hope you had an amazing Christmas, and I'm glad to be back. Hope you enjoyed the Sunday service if you were there or watched it online. So today we're going to be looking at another scavenger hunt, but it's a little bit different this time. So it's about the wise men traveling to Jesus, but they were seeking Jesus. That's what they were doing. They were following a star to seek Jesus. And we need to seek Jesus. We need to find him. And yes, okay, he's been born and the wise men have found him. They've followed the star. But now it's our turn in our lives to follow Jesus. So in Matthew 2 verse 10, it says, when the wise men saw the star, they were filled with joy. So the three wise men followed the stars they had seen until they found Jesus. We can seek Jesus to know more about him and to draw closer to him. So we're going to use the scavenger hunt. It's going to be things to find around your house. Obviously, we're in another lockdown and there's things have got tough again. So we need to be careful about going outside and doing all those things. So look for it around your house. If you can't find one around your house, draw a picture of it. If you don't hear the pictures of what the scavenger hunt is, don't worry about it, because I will put a picture up at the end of the video and you can pause the video and you can see what the scavenger hunt is. So the first thing you're going to find is something shaped like a star. So on some of our Christmas trees might be a star, or some of us have an angel, or you have stars around your house somewhere. Find something that's the shape of a star. And the wise men followed a star to Jesus. So you're going to ask, who or what can we follow to help draw us closer to Jesus today? So I want to know from you, just think about it. Obviously, you don't have to reply to me because I'm not going to hear it. But who can we follow to help draw us closer to Jesus today? So when you think about people at church, who do you know that follows Jesus really well, that you can look up to them? So it might be your parents, it might be a friend, it might be the pastors, it might be people from junior church. There's loads of people that you can think about who are following Jesus at the moment, and they're leading by a great example. So think about that person, and so that you can follow in their footsteps. So they're a really good disciple. So how can you follow Jesus too? By learning from them. And then, what does it feel like to draw closer to Jesus? How does it change us? So now, like I said before, I feel like my relationship has grown with Jesus over this Christmas time. And it feels really good because I didn't realize that there were areas in my relationship with Jesus that were missing. And it's not a big missing. It's not something that's huge that's missing. But now that it's been filled, now I've realized what was missing. So it's filling those gaps. It's filling up my heart. It makes me have this fuzzy feeling to have this relationship with Jesus and build it and grow. And I'm still growing on it. There's people every day who are senior leadership people in the church are still growing today. You can never grow too close to God. You grow every single day. So that's something, finding like something star shaped. Then you're going to find something that's the color gold. It doesn't need to be real gold. It can be the color gold. And then one of the gifts of the wise men were gold. It reminds us of Jesus's royalty. So he is the King of Kings. And what does it mean to be royal? So when I think about royal, in England, I think of the Queen, and how do those people live their lives? Think about the royalty. So now Jesus is more royalty than that, but that he is royalty. That's why they brought gold to him. So there's no one like Jesus. The Queen is really, really, really important, and Jesus is really, really, really important. So what I want you to think about is God called us to be his children, so we must be royalty too. How does my royalty change the way I live? So now, Jesus asked us to be be his children. So that means that we royalty too. Now, it's very different to the royalty that the Queen has and the family of the Queen. That's real life now. Presently, that's the Queen and the royalty. But Jesus, we can be royalty by our relationship with Jesus. And how can we grow? How can that relationship, how can we live our lives to show that we royalty? So think about how the Queen lives her life and how she needs to be a good leader. She leads the country. She's a good example to the country. All those things. So she's a disciple of Jesus. All those things that she lives her life. We need to live our lives like that because we're royalty too in Jesus' eyes. Yes, not for the Queen of England, we're not royalty, but we are royalty in Jesus' eyes because we are his children. So, but we can link them together by the way the Queen, because we've seen and we hear lots about the Queen and how she addresses the nation and all those things that she does, and she leads the country really well. We can live the same life by leading our friends really well, by living a really good example, by following Jesus. So that's what I mean by living our lives royalty. And then something that smells good. You're going to find something that smells good. So I've got a nice air freshener over here and it smells really good. But so you're going to find something that smells really good. And one of the gifts from the wise men was frankincense. The precious incense was used in the temple. It's believed to help carry prayers to God. So what is your favorite smell? Now, I love, love, love the smell of freshly washed linen. I don't know, that's my favorite smell. I love it. And that is my favorite smell. So in Psalms 141, it says, David hoped that his prayers would be like a pleasant smell to God. So I want you to think about, what do your prayers smell like to God? Now that's a really weird thing to think about, but how do you think your prayers smell to God? So sometimes I might pray a really, no, I wouldn't say selfish prayer, but a prayer where I would like something for myself because something hasn't been working well. And when you think about it, when you look back about it, I think, well, that could have been a bit different because that's quite selfish. I haven't even thanked God for that he's woken me up today, that I've got a roof over my head. I'm really blessed in a load of other areas, but when you want something to happen, you want something to happen now, and that can make you forget that you are already so blessed by having a relationship with God. So sometimes my prayer might not smell too good. So we need to think about what we're praying to God and how we're praying to God, and we need to make those prayers smell really good. So you're going to find something around your house that smells really nice, whatever it is. It could be food cooking even. And you are going to say a little prayer to God and ask him to help you build your relationship with him, draw closer to him, find out ways he would like you to live your life by looking at people around you who are good disciples for Jesus, and how can you be a better disciple for Jesus. So then, the last one, it's a bit early to be thinking about this, but you will understand once I carry on. So you're going to find something that reminds you of Easter. So something around your house that might remind you of Easter. And the reason why I'm saying that is because one of the gifts of the wise men was myrrh. And when Jesus died on the cross, myrrh was placed on his body before he was placed in the tomb. And what did Mary find in the tomb in the Easter story? So that's what you are going to find out. What did Mary find in the tomb when Jesus died? What did she find? Then, do you think the wise men knew what happened to Jesus when they chose their gifts? So that's why I'm saying, think about something that reminds you of Easter, because Jesus was born and the three wise men brought gifts, and one of them was myrrh. And then later on, when Jesus died, myrrh was placed in his tomb, and then what did Mary find in the tomb? So that's what you've got to find out. And do you think that the wise men knew what would happen to Jesus when they chose their gifts? So did he choose myrrh because he knew what was going to happen to Jesus later on? That's a little bit of a question for you to think about. That's why I want you to find something that reminds you of Easter. Now, those are fun scavenger hunt ideas for you to find. Next week we'll do a nice New Year one where we can change the way we lived our lives. I know it was very different this year, but next year is a new year and we can start things afresh, and we can have a better relationship with God, and we can draw closer to him. So this scavenger hunt is really, really just for us to seek Jesus and to draw closer to him and build that relationship with him. So if you never got all that, don't worry, because there will be a picture at the end and it will explain all the things that you're going to find. But I hope you have a load of fun doing it, and I will see you soon. Bye.